So now I'm going to go to Commander Yamark stage. Commander Yamark stage, I'll be doing that invincibility trick again, like I did in the last stage. So they'll be doing it in a different way. There's no ice in this level. And, you know, the last way I cancelled out my Ensuizan was by slipping off the slope and initiating a falling animation. I'm going to be initiating a falling animation here as well. But I'm going to be doing it in kind of a different way. See, I'm taking damage, you know. Taking damage. Boom. Oh, what happened? Not taking damage. So let me show you what these bugs do. When you attack them, they go into a ball. And they have that platform on top of them to where you can stand. So like, say I did this. Whoops. Say I did that, you know, I wouldn't be able to jump back onto them. I don't know really how I'd actually attack these guys without doing the Ensuizan. But, I don't know, yeah. One other thing I forgot to mention, I kind of mentioned via reading a cutscene. But these Reploids, some of them give you like equipment, like Hyper Dash, Saber Plus. Some of them give you like life upgrades and energy upgrades. That first one there gave me a life upgrade that increases my health after this stage is over. So this is a cutscene right here, you know, entering Blade Armor leg part. I'm glad to see again. I don't really remember, but, you know, dialogue, whatever. It's not really important. I wanted to read all the dialogue, but it's, I don't know, it's kind of detracting from the whole experience, I think. So that was a cutscene, and since I was invincible and entered a cutscene, it was like, the game was like, whoa, wait a minute, you're not supposed to be invincible. So now I'm not invincible anymore, but that's not going to last pretty long. Boom, now I'm invincible again. Pretty fun glitch. It makes the game a lot easier, so if you're one of those people who aren't good at the game or games, you know, this can really help you out. Alright, so this area splits off into another section here. I'm actually going to be in a speed run, which is what I normally do with this game. If you haven't watched part 1, I do speed run this game frequently. I haven't done it in a while. I've been playing other games speedrunning wise recently. But in a speedrun for this game, you know, for 100%, you'd want to get all the Reploids. And this is the only stage where you don't actually have to visit an alternate area, which is like the blue crystal. Every other stage you have to visit an alternate area at least once, but there's a way to do this stage without visiting any alternate area. But I'm going to actually just visit the alternate area later in this playthrough, just to show you like what's in there. So yeah, you can walk on spikes, just to confirm. These would kill you. There you go, I'm dead. Those would kill you if you didn't have the invincibility. So basically, like, in a speed run, I would die there and then head up here to grab all the Reploids, but I'll be doing that later. If you ever want to see a speedrun of this game, I have a few on my channel. So just look, you know, see a very good playthrough of this game. I've speedrun this game for several months. I'm pretty proud of my runs that I have. My 100% time is pretty sloppy, but any percent in all stages are very, very good runs. So you should probably watch them. So yeah, now we finished with that stage. That rain, I forgot to mention, was Rainy Turloid's Nightmare Effect. It's not significant at all. It pretty much slows you down just a little bit, and that's all it does. Like, you'd think it would be acid rain or something, but no, it's just rain. Alright, so let's see what this guy does. He can go right, like this, or he can go up in the air. So since I'm just gonna use Guard Shell here. Notice how I just did a bunch of damage like that. I had Guard Shells, you know, in sort of reverse invincibility frame nullification kind of trick. Yeah, so that's Commander Yamark stage. Pretty short stage, I would say it's probably the shortest in the game. Maginian and Sheldon are other contenders for short stages, but those stages kind of have like a cutscene in it for Maginian's case, and Sheldon you have to wait for the lasers. And this area, or this stage, you can just, you know, wail on through without waiting at all. So in that way, this stage would be like the fastest, I guess. Let's see what kind of parts I have. I have Saber Extend. No, Shot Eraser. You know, I'm just gonna hurry up and do the glitch to get it on there. I actually failed the glitch there. I didn't press them at the exact same time. You'd notice that if the X menu at the top above 0 pops up, that's how you'd see that. So what stage am I gonna do next? Metal Shark Player. Metal Shark Player, a lot of people have huge complaints about this stage for multiple reasons, and I'll go over them. Basically, the stage is a giant auto-scroller, if you know what that means. An auto-scroller basically is where the game moves for you and you have a limited capability of moving. This game is kind of like that, not really, but kind of like a half auto-scroller. This game does contain a full-on auto-scroller, but we'll see that later. So basically, yeah, like I'm moving. Oh, dude, my sword's purple. I've never used Shot Eraser in this game before, so that's pretty cool. So yeah, like you notice how I'd stop here. Another thing, I'm playing on the PS2 version, as I mentioned before, and these explosions are because of a porting bug with the PS2 version. In the PC, PS1, and GameCube versions of this game, there are like, you know, garbage blocks scattered around this stage, and you know, those you can actually get invincibility off of. So you'd think it would be detrimental for a speedrun to not be able to get invincibility here, but it actually doesn't matter at all. For a speedrun, you can do all the same cool tricks with and without invincibility, and since this stage is like a half auto-scroller, you know, the time you'd save from, you know, walking through an enemy isn't really that important, since you have to like stop at the end of that cycle for this little crusher thing anyway. Oh, I died. So yeah. I would say make things harder for like a casual player who'd wanted to use that glitch and they couldn't on this stage. If they have PS2 version, it would just make things a little bit more difficult, I guess. I mean, I am playing on extreme mode. In extreme mode, one thing I should mention, extreme mode makes this crusher thing move faster and have different timing. So I'm probably gonna die quite a bit here just because I'm not used to the timing that this thing is giving me. It's more notably different on the second section, or I guess the third if you count this as the second section. But you'll see what I mean by second section pretty soon. Kind of getting wrecked here. Oh yeah, I forgot, I have the Amar option, so I'm gonna go ahead and use that. It's up and alternate weapon for me, which is square. As I said earlier, actually, there's no way to get rid of them. I guess I'll just I'll show you in a minute. Alright, so now you see that they're half off. And now they're all off. Look at this. Pressing it. Whoa, what's going on? They're not activating. But when I do this, it activates. So I told you. That's actually just a built-in, you know, feature for Guard Shell. There's no other way to activate it besides the pause menu. That's not just like a lazy, they forgot to make a cool Street Fighter way to turn it on, but you can still turn it on via the pause menu. It's just that's how you're supposed to turn it on. That's the developer intended way of activating Guard Shell. It's not a glitch. A lot of people say it's a glitch. Not actually a glitch. I guess maybe it's a design flaw, you could say, but it's not a glitch. Like, the developers intended on you going into the pause menu and equipping Guard Shell. Otherwise, doing that would not work. Plain and simple. I don't know, I'm just kind of messing around here. I'm not really taking this seriously. But, one other thing I should explain about this stage is that there are 2 alternate path crystals here. As I mentioned earlier, each stage has 1. This stage actually has 2. And it's kind of confusing for new players, understandably so. I think it's pretty cool how one stage has like a trick section. And yeah, so basically there are 2 of them. One brings you to another screen where the Maverick is, and the other one brings you to like the regular alternate path screen that you would expect from, you know, an alternate path bonus crystal thing. So yeah, I'm going to be going to the Maverick one this time around. But second time I come here, I'll be heading over to the alternate path to show you what that's like, because this playthrough is going to contain every alternate path. Actually, I think I'm gonna die. I have really low health. I have to lure this nightmare over here. Alright, I made it. Alright, so down here is the first alternate path, which is the one that leads to the Maverick. If you keep going left, you'll hit this second alternate path, which would lead to like the actual alternate room. So this screen is not affected by the aforementioned block destroying glitch in the PS2 version. So you can't actually get invincibility here. You can also slip off of that ice, but that's, you know, kind of harder. So I'm just going to get it off the blocks. So that makes this area significantly easier. I just failed that. I'm just trying to show it to you. You can't get it off the ice here. This is Blizzard Wolfang's Nightmare effect on this stage. Ground Scaravich has a Nightmare effect here, which creates a bunch of blocks that aren't affected by the PS2 block bug scattered around, and you wouldn't have ice there, of course. So yeah, almost coming up to a mini-boss. Is my least favorite mini-boss in the game. It's got a lot of randomness to it, and certain things can do tons of damage for no real good reason. But good thing I'm invincible here. That makes this area quite a bit easier. Can't actually get up there. Now I'm not invincible anymore. But this cutscene here of, you know, the health bar going up and me being stuck, that would have nulled my invincibility anyway. So I'm going to go ahead and equip Yamar option. Oh, look. These purple ones are the key points you want to destroy. Gave me a really good pattern and I was able to kill him in 2 cycles. Sometimes he can, you know, drop his upper body down to like try to crush you, and you can like duck to avoid it. But yeah. He gave me pretty good luck, so I got away with little to no casualties there. So this is Metal Shark Player. A lot of people say this guy's Maverick name is kind of sloppy and dumb. I mean, I really don't have a problem with it. It's kind of uninspired, but it's not a reason why X6 is an awful video game and it's awful and it's the worst game ever made. It's no reason for that because of a pretty sloppy Maverick name. Like, X1 Mavericks, probably the worst names of the series, to be honest. I think they're pretty awful. But, I mean, this one is just kind of funny. Like Shield Sheldon, it's really funny as well. Yeah, that's Metal Shark Player stage. I got the metal anchor, but that's not really that important right now. Like I said before, all those moves I'll be definitely detailing a lot more of this game during the Unarmored X playthrough. Yeah,